Good morning, students of grade 8. Today we are going to take lectures of biology. Our course is Cambridge Checkpoint Science, grade 8. Today is 17 March 2020 and today is Tuesday. So today I'm going to teach you three topics: 4.3, 4.4 and 4.5. Aerobic respiration, keeping fit, cigarettes and health. So we will start with topic number 4.3, which is aerobic respiration. So first of all, you need to know that what is respiration. I know you already know that what is respiration, but to clear, respiration, it is a chemical process. You know what is a chemical reaction? I told you that when hydrogen and oxygen combine together, they form water. This is a chemical reaction. This is a chemical reaction. So respiration is a chemical process, which means a chemical reaction will happen in respiration. So it is a chemical process that supplies mean give, that give the body with energy. Okay, so it is a chemical process, which means a chemical reaction is going to happen in respiration, and in this reaction we will get energy for all other life processes. Okay, so respiration is a chemical process which supplies the body with energy, and we will use this energy for other life processes. For example, growth of cells, muscle contraction, to run, to walk, to move, for everything. Okay, we will need energy to even move our muscles. So all this energy comes from respiration. So there are two types of respiration. Number one, aerobic respiration, and number two is anaerobic respiration. So aerobic means oxygen. Okay, O2 is oxygen. So aerobic means oxygen. So aerobic respiration means in which we use the oxygen. We use oxygen. And anaerobic means no. So anaerobic respiration, in which we will not use the oxygen. Okay, I will summarize. Respiration, it is a chemical process. Chemical process means it is a process in which a chemical reaction will take place. For example, oxygen and hydrogen combine together to form water. It is a chemical reaction. So a chemical reaction will take place in respiration, that give the body energy for all other life processes. For example, growth of cells, muscle contraction, to walk, to move, for everything. So respiration is a chemical process that supplies the body with energy for all other life processes. For example, growth of cells, muscles contraction, etc. There are two types of respiration. Number one is aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, in which we use oxygen, and anaerobic respiration, in which it is a type of respiration in which we don't use oxygen. Okay, so now what is aerobic respiration? I told you that respiration is a chemical process which release energy. So first part is that it is release of energy. Okay. Aerobic means it is a type of respiration in which we use energy. So release of energy from glucose by reacting it with oxygen. Okay. Respiration, then aerobic, inside a living cell. Okay, they are telling you the location of aerobic respiration. It happens inside a living cell. So if you break down the definition of aerobic respiration, Number one, it is the release of energy from glucose by reacting it with oxygen inside a living cell. Okay, so what is aerobic respiration? It is the release of energy. Repeat with me. It is release of energy from glucose by reacting it with oxygen inside living cells. Okay, I told you that respiration is a chemical process. A chemical process in which chemical reactions take place. So obviously in aerobic respiration there is a chemical reaction happening. What is the chemical reaction? Here, glucose, release of energy from glucose by reacting with it with oxygen. Glucose reacting with oxygen and producing energy. And what are the other two substances that form? Carbon dioxide and water. This is the chemical reaction. Glucose is C6H12O6, oxygen O2, carbon dioxide CO2, water H2O, and energy. So glucose and oxygen react together to produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy that we need. Okay, so this is simple chemical reaction. Glucose, oxygen, they react together to produce energy. Okay, and carbon dioxide and water are byproducts. Byproducts are the products which we don't actually need in that particular reaction. Okay, in that particular reaction we only need energy. So carbon dioxide and water are byproducts. Okay. Number 3, aerobic respiration happens inside mitochondria. Mitochondria is an organelle of cell. It is present inside cell. So aerobic respiration happens inside mitochondria. Okay, tell me from where this glucose come. This glucose comes from our food. Okay, the food that we eat, it gives us nutrients like glucose. Where does oxygen come from? Oxygen comes from air. When we breathe, we take in oxygen. So this glucose comes from food, this oxygen comes from air. Okay, if we look at the reaction, carbon dioxide comes from glucose, carbon comes from glucose, oxygen comes from this oxygen, hydrogen come in water, hydrogen comes from this glucose, and oxygen comes from this glucose. Okay, but from where this energy came from? Okay, I will tell you. This energy came from the chemical potential energy of glucose. First of all, I will tell you that what is chemical potential energy. Chemical potential energy is the energy stored in chemical bond of a substance. Okay, so chemical potential energy is energy stored in chemical bond of a substance. Okay, simply if I tell you, then let me rub this. Okay, simply if I say that C6H12O6. By the way, this is not the formula of glucose. Originally, this is just for you to understand. Okay, this is a chemical bond, right? So this chemical bond contains the chemical potential energy. Okay, so now to produce water and carbon dioxide, you're going to break these bonds. And when you break these bonds, you're going to release the energy. So that's how you get this energy, and you will use this energy to perform your daily activities. Okay, so to summarize, what is aerobic respiration? It is the release of energy by reacting glucose with oxygen inside a living cell. Okay, and where in living cell aerobic respiration happens? Inside mitochondria. So aerobic respiration happens inside mitochondria. Now we will go toward the reaction, because respiration is a chemical process, so it will involve a chemical reaction. And this is the chemical reaction of aerobic respiration, in which glucose and oxygen react together to produce energy, and carbon dioxide and water are byproducts. So this glucose comes from the food that we eat. This oxygen comes from air when we breathe. It produces carbon dioxide and oxygen. But where does this energy came from? This energy came from the glucose. Okay. The chemical potential energy. The chemical potential energy is the energy stored in chemical bonds of a substance. Here, glucose is a substance. This is the chemical bonds. When these chemical bonds break, its chemical potential energy is released, and we will use or transfer this, or you can say convert this chemical potential energy into different energies. For example, you can say movement energy. You will convert this energy to run, to exercise, to move. Okay, so this is one example. That's how you will get the energy. I hope that this is clear. It's a very simple topic, and I've missed one point. Okay, when glucose and oxygen react together, they produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy. We use this energy, but some of energy is released as heat. Okay, whenever you do exercise, respiration happens. Okay, but you also feel warm. Okay, you feel that your body is getting hot. Okay, because some of the energy is transferred into heat energy. That's why your body becomes warm or hot when you do a vigorous exercise. So this is about aerobic respiration. I will repeat the whole lecture. What is respiration? It is a chemical process that supplies the body with energy for all other life processes. For example, growth of cells, muscle contraction, etc. There are two types of respiration: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, it is a type of respiration which uses the oxygen. Anaerobic respiration is the type of respiration which do not use oxygen. So aerobic respiration in detail is the release of energy from glucose by reacting it with oxygen inside living cells. The reaction is glucose plus oxygen, they produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy. And this aerobic respiration happens inside mitochondria. This glucose comes from food, this oxygen comes from air. It produces carbon dioxide and water. But where does this energy came from? Glucose has chemical potential energy inside its chemical bonds. Okay, so it produces when during respiration these chemical bonds break down, it will produce energy, and we will use this energy to perform our activities or life processes, and some of this energy is converted into heat energy. So this is all about aerobic respiration. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the classroom.